رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم صل صلاة كاملة وسلم سلاما تاما على سيدنا محمد الذي تنحل بالعقاد وتنفرج به الكراب وتقضى به الحوائج وتنال به الرغائب وحسن الحوات ويرفع الغمى وجه الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه في كل لمحة ونفس بأن اللقاء. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت خلقتني وأنا عبدك وأنا على عهدك ما استطعت أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا إله إلا أنت. Okay, actually by right last week we have a class, but we have a public holidays. Okay, so for apa to repeat back that class ataupun kita kata untuk nak replace back that class depend the end of the session lah. If we can commit all the section, these 6 chapters, maybe that class we can consider the talk is the class. Okay, the professional talk is a part of the class. Maybe we can consider that rather than we replace for another day lah. Untuk nak cari the day tu yang masalah lah. Mungkin some of you they have other subjects lah. Okay, so sorry we have 2 students punya foreign students. So I tak boleh lah nak cakap bahasa Melayu 100% kan. But we still can talk in bahasa lah little bit. Actually you need to learn Muhammad and Loy try to learn little bit in bahasa. You know in Bangla, you know Bangla, they come in Malaysia 3 days they can speak bahasa. You go petrol pump, they can asking you, okay mau isi berapa? So hopefully you are more in the 2 years. Hopefully by right you can cover little bit lah bahasa. Okay Muhammad hello So I just want to question you lah about the assignment. So can you do your assignments because the talk handled by bahasa? Do you understand that?
Yeah, actually we couldn't understand anything, but then I entered the Board of Malaysian Engineer or Board of Engineer in Malaysia website, and I got all the information I need from there.
Yeah, I hope that information also the chapter 2 information will help you lah. The answer the question in that assignments lah.
Okay. Just to make sure, I need to submit like a summary handwritten for 500 words.
Yes, and another one infographic.
And report also, right?
The infographic.
No need for report.
No, actually the writing is considered like a report. Okay. The writing 500 is a part of the report lah, but the infographic is very important lah. The infographic more in the aesthetic lah, how you present all that things under your innovative, your creativity. Either you use a PowerPoint or any apps lah, doesn't matter lah.
Okay.
But right there will be a good for the students lah, rather than handwriting kan, senang sikit nak copy paste and so on kan.
So no need for introduction, conclusion and other stuff, just summary, right? Like an essay.
Yeah, the summary should be include all that content because you see in our assignment instructions, they already list part by part what you need to do. Okay. So you need to follow that questions lah.
No,
questions tu sebenarnya dia punya pengisian dia lah. Kita tak nak buat satu karangan yang takut you tersasar lah. Dia punya content tu tak ada because masa I marking tu nak bagi mark to you based on the rubric. That rubric tu dia dah terus address kepada yang how you answer it the question. Because they are very subjective. You can answer anyway. Even though you punya sentence tak sama dengan each other, but maybe the content is the same, you reserve for get the same marks, full marks, insyaAllah. Yang penting don't copy lah, because in the society we lebih open with your punya opinion, your suggestion. It's more important your integrity, because we talk about the engineer, we talk about engineer professional, we talk about the ethic. So you need to play around with that engineers punya discipline lah. Copy we call that as a reference, doesn't matter, but don't copy 100% lah, like a plagiarism lah. No. So you need to copy like a smart lah. Okay. Faham So because we never run your report with the software kita pakai software yang boleh detect dia punya plagiarism tu kan. Macam yang biasa you submit for your PSM. We never do that. We want to know the plagiarism how many percent. No. For me, when the way you write, the way how you address, definitely tak akan sama for setiap orang. Takkan mungkin dia mengeluarkan satu ayat yang sama, satu sentence yang full. Satu dua mungkin akan berlaku lah, tapi in term of dia punya per paragraph tu tak mungkin sama lah. Dan ada yang the detect for other sections yang the lecturer buat report, dia kata dia detect student sama tapi kedudukan tu je dia cuma ubah-ubah. Bahaya, dangerous. You know why? Because we go through every each paper we go through. We never timbang kati, tak ada tengok berat dia macam mana, this are the marks. No. Boleh insyaAllah. So the time due adalah on the 28 kan. I tengok dah ramai, boleh almost dikatakan 90% lah. Dah hantar lah. Dah 59 student dah hantar dah. Wah, bagus lah. Cepat lah. Maksudnya semua orang yang 59 tu definitely dia dapat satu markah dah. Markah for submission early. Then kalau dia boleh proving dia punya attendance either with the e-certificate or let's say you say that maybe I don't know you miss for the attendance ke atau you miss for dia punya Google form ke whatever, doesn't matter, tapi you need to proving that with the ni lah with the screen ke short screen ke whatever to prove that memang you are really attend during that seminar, then you are entitled to get another one. So you get two lah, early submissions and plus with the attendance seminar. Okay, clear This is I bukannya nak too strict to you tapi saya percaya je kat you. You evidencekan benda tu attach together with your assignment to prove that you attend on that time. For me, fine. That's it. Okay, boleh So any question regarding the assignment? Okay, boleh ke? Semua senyap For me, easier Kalau senyap, consider semua okay. Everything in order. Boleh macam tu? So okay, can we start We start our chapter 1. Okay, I share the slide. Okay. Okay, there is a right. Last 2 weeks kita berhenti sampai sini, betul tak? Group exercise, betul tak?
Betul.
Okay, so this group exercise actually I already informed to you. You will answer with you together with your friend. If you find out any things yang very rare or blur or you not understand, and then come back to me. Okay, we can discuss back in our class lah. Because for me, this course in the society we are more in discussion and the sharing sessions. Because I don't want to be a good reader, read for you the slide line by line. Okay, and then you also can discuss whatever you want to discuss, but right should be related with the civil engineer lah. Don't discuss regarding a family or personal. Okay, so if you have any questions you want to know, please highlight, or you want anything you want to share, also you can highlight lah. Okay. You just interrupt Okay, for me, this exercise is good for you to help you to be a good engineer, and maybe some sort can help you in your test 1. Inshallah. Okay. So we started with the civil engineers. Civil engineering. You know, civil engineering we improve the civil society. So they said that with the scientific knowledge, because we know that part of our life they are more included with the scientific lah. When we talk about physics, there be a scientific because physics they say about the what? About the mass, about the force, about the accelerations, F equal to ma, W equal to mg. Can you remember back that things? Okay, they are the part of the scientific knowledge. So they will be applied again in our civil engineering. Either they'll be under structure design or they'll be under infrastructure designs. Okay, let's say for the structure design, you design for the beam, you design for the column. They are based. You need to calculate the loading especially. Okay, that either there'll be a dead load or there'll be a live load. They will be a part of the when we talk about the scientific knowledge. Okay. Okay, this scientific knowledge we call as like a general punya word lah. But right, we as a civil engineering, we are exactly or purposely entertain the our civil engineering syllabus lah, our engineering punya calculation actually. Boleh And then dia kata civil required to focus on the meeting basic human need people. Okay, these are normal. Any projects or any suggestion or any conclusion or any instruction, we need go with the basic human meetings. Okay, either that meetings for what for that purpose. Let's say meeting in the constructions. So we have a technical meetings, we have a client consultant meetings. These are the two things. For the technical meeting, normally the attend is a main contractor together with all the subcontractor plus with the suppliers. They are more meeting in how they want to move or how they want to proceed their works at the site. But when the meeting regarding a technical meeting, there will be a monthly meetings, that meeting should be together with the client and the consultant. When I say a consultant, there'll be a civil engineer, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, architect, QS, and so on. There'll be a because as a consultant, okay, or we call that as a stakeholder, okay, in the construction. So there'll be they call that is a construction meeting, technical yang tadi first I kata technical meeting, they are more in the subcontractors, is it? You punya main contractor together all the subcontractors. But when we call the client meetings, there will be a monthly meetings. In that meetings, there will be a discuss regarding the performance of the projects, project progress. They want to detect in terms of the manpower, machinery, okay, and the materials are good enough at the sites, and then to make sure the site progress as per program. This is the thing why we need the meetings to make sure all the members of the party are on track. That's why when you do your IDP, okay, integrated design projects, so we need you do your team or your team meetings to make sure everybody are in order, everything are in order, okay. And then need improving infrastructure and community. These are normal as civil engineers, you know. When we talk about the infrastructure, there to be covered with the earthwork, drainage, sewerage, water supply, and road. And then there'll be a plus with the common utilities. Common utilities, for example, cable, there'll be fiber optics. These are common utilities. But our infrastructure should be that main earthwork, drainage, sewerage, water supply, and road. Okay, clear InsyaAllah. Senang je, you senyap je kalau tidak faham. Boleh macam tu. Any questions regarding this civil engineering?
No, Doctor. Okay.
Good. Okay, and then they'll be also covered with the environmental consideration, environment. That's why you have a part of the syllabus with the, we call that environment pollution. They have a lot of with the water quality, for the water pollution. They have air pollution and so on. So the civil engineering will covered with the structural engineering, transportation, geotechnical, water resource and so on. So to make it easier, you see in your syllabus in the Bachelor Civil Engineering. They will cover all the civil engineering punya discipline. That's why there is a requirement to call you as an engineer. You should be get your Bachelor Engineering Honours. Then we can call you as engineers. That's why kalau you tengok di kampung kita ada kepala atau kita panggil tukang kayu tukang even though that tukang are very expert based on their experience let's say somebody want to build the house, they just mention aja to tukang, okay, they are my piece of land, the area, build up areas, so I want to build up the house. So they directly asking the clients okay, you nak buat rumah, you nak how many rooms, berapa bilik you nak, lepas tu dapur macam mana, dia boleh sketch immediately in terms of the punya window, dia punya door and so on. So they are acting as architects, they can sketch. And then they can decide where supposed to put the light, where put the switch, the DB and so on. So they are acting like electrical engineers. And then in terms of the piping, coaxial sanitary, they also know okay, from the toilet where they need to lay the pipe to the intersection chamber, and then where are the opening the coaxial sanitary, where are the water tank and so on. They are that directly they can sketch immediate on that time. Okay, and then they also can judge okay, this column berapa bersih based with their experience, okay, slab ni pakai BRC type berapa and so on. Oh, foundation dia tak apa, okay, boleh pakai bakar pile ke whatever lah, how they drive the bakar also they know. So they are acting as a civil engineers, and then plus they can give the immediate cost to the client directly. They say, oh, this house maybe roughly 120,000 or 200,000 for example. They are acting as a QS, so everything are in their hand. They say maybe the name we call is Pak Ali maybe. So but we still cannot say that there be a architect Pak Ali, or there be a engineer Pak Ali, or IR Pak Ali, engineer Pak Ali. No. You know why? Because they are registered to the Board of Engineers Malaysia, because they are never go through that process as a civil disciplines. That's why we never call that as a civil engineers or engineers. Even though they know more than whatever our knows, because especially you are the fresh graduates come to the site. I rasa this Pak Ali 80% lebih tahu nak buat apa rather than you as engineers. Bukan nak pelekeh you, I'm sorry, because pengalaman telah mengajar dia how to be a work at the site secara safety. Boleh clear so these are very very important to differentiate between the engineers and the kepala, or we call tukang Okay, clear Senyap senyap ni okay je And then sebenarnya practitioner of the civil engineers, okay, you pun faham benda tu. Kita as a engineer akan practice kepada civil punya disiplin lah. Biasa kita jarang cross orang lain punya disiplin, tapi you need to aware. The awareness is very important. Let's say you are working at a site, okay, you want to cast the slab, first floor slab for example, okay, you know that buildings, you need to check that buildings are no shielding for example. So if no shielding, make sure before you cast the slab, there should be have a conduit, because all the conduit should be concealed inside the concrete, embedded in the concrete. So as a civil engineer, you need to cross check. So that's why nowadays everybody we talk about beam, beam, building modeling, okay, building information modeling. Okay, and then when we talk about this venture, they are very high trained. You also know lah. I already mentioned to you either you are or you are the managers, or you are the engineers, or you are project managers, or you are supervisor, or you are the contract managers. They'll be related with our projects. Depend lah, ada road, building, or airport, or tunneling, or dam, or so on lah. Okay, senang je, senang. Okay. And then you see many civil engineers holders to supervisory or administrative position. Dia kata supervisor for the city engineers, public work director at the city manager. That's why I already mentioned you in the earlier lecture, because yes, you are civil engineers, but when you are make a post, or where actually your stand, kita ni based on the kat mana bumi dipijak, di situ langit dijunjung. Because even though you are the civil engineers, but if you are working with that with the contractors, and there's some of the civil engineer working with the consultant, they are different etika. Same but different. Sama tapi tak serupa. You know why? When you working with the consultants are more in designs. Okay, you are the one responsibility to produce your drawing. Okay, do a design, follow the cooperatives. Okay, responsibility for whatever you design. And then you are the one need to submit to authorities. Let's say if there be a water design or water rectifications, you need to submit to water board. For example, if you're in Johor, we need to submit to SAJ. If there be in Perak, you need to submit to LAP, Lembaga Perak. Terengganu satu, for example, right? So you need to submit to authorities. The authority will give you approvals, okay? But you need to know, to get the approval from the authorities, they have once engineer will check your design. That engineer also as a civil engineer, but their acting is a different. They are never do the design. They are as a checker. Just go through your design, go through your drawing, go through your plan. If that are fully necessary, they are fully occupied with the authority requirement, then they approve your plan. Okay, so if you are working with the contractor, you are the project engineers or contract managers. Okay, so your responsibility or your behavior are different with the consultants. You are more in the applications. You never do for the design. You are more apply whatever the stated in the drawings, whatever the drawing information. You are working at the site as per plan, BQ, and the spec. Okay, you are the one more in the implementation. You are implemented. Okay, but your responsibility is a difference. Okay, so they are also as a civil engineer. Okay, clear Boleh ke? Jelas ke? Faham ke?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, I try to give very orang kata plain punya word lah supaya mudah difahami kan, daripada bagi ayat-ayat yang canggih, then of the day you pun tak faham apa yang cakap. Okay, kalau you tengok lagi civil engineer, apa lagi dia kata? There are other civil engineer work in the design, construction, research and teaching. Okay, mungkin tadi I tak cover. Other part, they go for the research. Why we need to research? Because we want to upgrade time to time for our construction method, our construction technologies. Either they be more in the practicals, or they are more in the material, for example. Okay, how we try to upgrade. Okay, the things, and maybe they go for the teaching. Teaching, you know, we have a lot of university, polytechnic, and so on. These are the teaching oriented. Why we need to teaching? We need to teach. We need to develop our engineers, our technologies. Because kalau tak ada teaching ni, engineer akan pupus lah. So no replacement, tak ada yang standby and so on. So we need, this scenario should be continuous. Kan? Contoh, before this I'm a civil engineer, I am as a project manager, project engineer. Lastly, I can become to be a teacher, become a teaching. Teacher, maybe we can call you a teacher, maybe we can call you a sir or prof or doctor or so on, doesn't matter. But the hakiki is a teaching. So sharing the experience or the knowledge, okay, and then to teach or to deliver all the technical punya part, technical punya discipline, technical punya practice, as per code of practice. These are very important, because we as a civil engineers, we never design text from the sky. We never design as by bahasa we call agak-agak code, dia tak ada. Ataupun my suggestion, no. They are based on the, okay, why the beam this size? Okay, because I calculate the AS like this, because the Q that we calculate the N value based on the dead load and last load. If we follow the BS standard design RC, for example, BS 8110, then the N equal to 1.4 GK plus 1.6 QK, for example, right? But and you go for the Euro code, there'll be a 1.35 GK and plus 1.5 QK. It's a bit different, but we need to follow the code. Okay, and then see, they also say that civil engineer, there'll be either indoor or outdoor. You know lah, when I talk, when you are in the contractor, almost you are be a outdoor lah. Kalau yang mana ada engineer yang takut kulit dia hitam, prepare lah. Takut kena sunburn kan. Dia tak smart pula kan. Atau yang perempuan takut tak comel pula. Maybe dia boleh letak sun punya protection ke, terpulang lah. Tapi normally when you work with the contractors, dia to be a outdoor. Dia akan jadi lebih ganas kalau you buat dam lah. Macam buat dam Luhur memang panas betul. Buat dam buat road. Benda tu memang outdoor betul lah. You berjemur. Okay, indoor, maybe you working lah with the consultant or working with the authorities. Then you are working with the indoor. Okay, and then civil engineer work also, dia kata is a project by a civil engineering technician, because we are not a standalone. Even though in building, for example, you know, in buildings they are not purposely as a civil works. They have a electrical work, mechanical works, they have the architecture work. For example, architecture work like tiling, plastering, painting, okay, brickwork, bricklaying, and so on. So beside that, we have engineers, we have a supervisor, we have a kepala, we have a kongsikong, and so on. Okay, boleh insyaAllah. So as a civil engineer's work, you are dealing with that, punya other discipline tu. Kalau RE in consultant, civil ada RE. Architect biasanya SO lah. RE still as a civil engineer. Kalau road tu, kita RE as a engineer dan civil juga ada SO. Kalau road kita tak pakai architect. Okay, clear? These are the questions you also need to answer lah. What do the civil engineer do? These are very important actually. With that question, they will trigger you to know more what are the things yang we can talk about the civil engineers. Benda ni dia banyak akan help you lah in your exam and your test. You see this, analysis range plan, survey report, map, other data plan and design project. Do civil engineer do? Adakah civil engineer make benda tu? Consider the construction cost, government regulation and so on. Boleh, I park this question with yourself first. You will go through all this, okay? If they have any questions, you come back to me. Okay tak? Ke atau you nak tunggu je I explain to you part by part, you dengar and then sampai you pun sampai ke langit ketiga. Any suggestion?
Okey je doktor.
Okay tu macam mana? You nak I explain or you want to pick up with your own first?
Pick up with our own pun okay.
It's good lah. When you pick up with your own, they are not, we call that as a spoon feed. You
So doktor pun dah
very
bagi slide hari tu kan?
yes. You go through all this and then in case lah ada juga part-part yang you rasa you tak boleh nak accumulate ke or you tak faham ke, you nak benda tu dikupas dengan lebih detail and then you boleh maklumkan lah in class, kita akan jelaskan. Boleh macam tu. Because this pasal benda ni boleh dikatakan benda things yang very basic lah. Kan macam kata, macam contoh you tengok analysis result of the test on the building material kan. You dah tahu dah test building material, okay, let's say for the structures you dah tahu dah dia akan related dengan concrete. So what are the some sort of the test with the concrete? You dah tahu dia ada cube test for the strength, you ada slump untuk dia punya workability. Nampak tak boleh benda tu? Okay, and then kita ada waterproofing, kita akan buat leakage test. Contoh-contoh macam tu, boleh So I harap you can do with your own insyaAllah Dan begitu juga dan this next slide regarding how you want to prepare the project economic feasibility these are very important in terms of estimate dan sebagainya. That's why you tengok nanti bila yang you acting as a civil engineer, kita akan go through benda ni, kita panggil value engineering. You need to do for the engineering. And then the last you see, present the finding to the public topic with the bid proposal, environment impact and so on. These are also the things challenge Kalau bid proposal ni biasanya they are more in the bidding Okay, either they are bidding with the contractors, with the client, among the contractors untuk nak dapatkan the job for the construction, or between the consultants to select the design consultant, okay, by the client. Boleh so benda-benda macam tu lah. Okay, clear tak ni? Ada apa-apa soalan tak? Any question regarding this question
Clear doktor.
Ada tak soalan di antara beberapa soalan tu? Soalan atas soalan.
Masih lagi. It's still okay because it's still general.
Alhamdulillah. Don't worry benda ni very subjective easiest. Okay, now we go for the essential skill in the civil engineering. Mesti ada apa? Okay, untuk menjadikan you ada seorang yang civil engineer, apakah skill-skill yang patut ada lah dekat you? Yang pertama sekali dia biar technical. Okay, technical kena ada lah. Maksudnya contoh macam nak cerita untuk technical. Katakanlah you nampak you see the column tu ada satu letak okay. So then we go for the technical part Okay, these are the cracking because for the moment. Because they are cracking or with the diagonal force for example. Because dia ada torsion, dia ada moment mungkin dia crack macam tu. Oh, dia crack, lantai tu crack. The slab crack because for the settlement. Nampak tak? Benda tu is more in the technical. Nampak tak? Kita tak kata, tapi kalau orang layman, dia akan cakap, benda tu letak dia turun dia mendap. Pasal mungkin tanah terlembut ke apa semua. Dia tak ada sound technical kat situ lah. Dia lebih kepada common sense apa yang dia observe lah. Tapi kita as a technicals, we are directly more apply with the whatever we have in our knowledge Macam contohnya, you see the area flooded. Oh, maybe the queue. Okay, queue in drainage smaller than the queue catchment. Dia cakap dia. So we know lah, these are the technical terms they are flooded because they are backflow. Nampak dia punya technical tu. Boleh insyaAllah And then communication is very important lah. Because communication breakdown, okay hancur. Okay. Kadang-kadang kita kata bercakap pun. Ya benda bercakap tapi when we talk about the communications, how you deal with the other parties or other members to make sure whatever the instructions or whatever the things should be on the proper address. Maksud contohnya I pernah pergi satu kursus etik masa tu dekat Holiday Villa di Subang Jaya. Kita lebih kurang ada dalam 12 participant masa tu. So the facilitator cakap dengan orang yang depan sekali, dia bisik satu sentence, satu ayat. So dia suruh paskan ayat tu kepada orang belakang dia, orang belakang pas pada orang belakang lagi, pas sampai ke yang depan sekali ujung belah kiri. Dia start dengan kanan kan, kiri, last sekali. Dia bagi word simple aja. Dia kata apa? Dengan that participant, dia kata apa? Kursus ini diadakan di Hotel Holiday Villa. Clear tak dia punya instruction? Clear tak dia punya word tu? Dia punya wording tu clear tak? Faham tak? Do you understand that?
Clear.
Okay, clear. Kursus ini diadakan di Hotel Holiday Villa. Okay. Ataupun in English kesian our friend dua orang tu Okay. This course conduct in the Holiday Villa Hotel Holiday Villa. You tahu tak apa message yang dapat sekali yang last sekali? You know when they have any changes of the building, any changes of the design, okay, the design engineers will pass to the site, to the RE pass to the cloud, pass to the project engineer pass to the kepala. Okay, kan kita ada kepala batu, kepala kayu, carpenter, barbender, so on. Okay, untuk fabricate the formwork and so on, and then untuk fabricate the reinforcement. So they pass to the kepala pass to the workers. So if you never do a proper communication, there will be a problem at the end. Masa tengah pasang tu mesti tersilap. Dia sama senario yang kisah yang tadi saya cakap tadi. You tahu tak, bila the facilitator tanya aja our candidate yang last kali dekat ujung tu, dia kata apa message yang you dapat? What are the message you get? Dia kata apa? Hotel. You faham tak? Padahal dia bagi information masa earlier dengan participant yang pertama tu, dia kata kursus ini diadakan di Hotel Holiday Villa. Di Holiday Inn kan, Holiday Villa. Tapi bila sampai dekat ujung ni dia jadi hotel. Kalau hotel, apa yang you boleh buat? Nampak tak? Banyak perception yang boleh you kata. Mungkin melibatkan hotel ini, atau hotel depan, atau hotel pun ada banyak jenis hotel. Dia ada budget hotel, dia ada 5-star hotel kan. So, they are very subjective. You tak boleh buat apa-apa decision daripada tu. Itu yang kita takut. They have it somewhere yang dah ada cut off. Maybe seorang lagi pun dengar, kursus ini diadakan di Hotel Holiday Villa. And then lepas penggawan dia, okey lah, kursus ini diadakan di hotel ni. Pasal dia dah tahu hotel ni adalah Hotel Holiday Villa. Tak nak sebut panjang lah. Make it shorter. Holiday Villa. Dah dapat pendek. Kursus ini diadakan di hotel lah. Dia tinggal hotel lah. So sampai the end, belum sampai kat lalu mungkin dia kata, memanglah sekarang dia tengah kursus. Berapa nak suruh lagi kursus ini dekat hotel? Oh hotel, dia kata. You faham maksud dia? You faham tak the moral of story apa yang saya nak sampaikan? You understand that? Hello?
Faham, Doktor.
Okay. So these are the thing yang katakan communication. Kita tak nak cakap communication because you are Bangla, I Malaysian ni, I tak boleh nak berkomunikasi dengan you. Bukan itu yang orang kata directly breakdown communication. Yang kita takut yang tadi itulah. There are different interpret, different angle tengok. Benda-benda tu sebenarnya yang paling takut lah. That's why kita try to tie at the side. Kita akan use the RFI. You know RFI? Request for inspection, request for information. So anything there should be have like a memo. There will be a proper documented because we scared. We are too worried if they have a communication breakdown. Okay, and then leadership is a very important leadership. Kan dalam satu kapal mesti ada satu captain, satu je. Kalau ada dua habis kapal tak boleh jalan. Macam tadi. So leadership is very important. So everybody they have their ideas. Everybody they have their experience. Everybody have their punya apa judgement. So which one we need to follow? This is very important. If they have a leader, then they can listen for everybody punya output or everybody punya suggestion. And then masa tu kita sama akan mempertimbangkan. Tengok which one they are very economical and very safe lah in work. Okay. Because nowadays when we talk about construction, safety are compulsory. So whatever there be very economical, but the safety should be complied. Okay, so leadership is very important lah. That's why in construction we call it a kepala lah, kepala. If in consultant we call that head department lah. We call it as a head department. In factory we call as a supervisor lah, as a leader lah. Okay. And then management, management is very important. You are need to manage because either there be a structure work or there be an infrastructure work. The management is very important. How you have to manage that? Manage into what? You see, to make it a move for the one's activity, especially on the side. For example, you are dealing with the manpower, workmanship. You are dealing with the machinery. And then you are dealing with the materials. Okay, let's say you want to fabricate for the reinforcement. Fabricate with the reinforcement, first you should have a manpower or call that as a bar bender. You cannot simply ask the Konsikong, Konsikong general labor, okay, asking them, okay, cut the bar and bend the bar as per drawing. Do you think they know that? Do you think they can do it? No. The bar bender will do it. They know how to open the orders. They know how to read the drawing. So they need the manpower, but they also need the machinery. They cannot cut with use their hand. They need a bar cutter, bar bender. They never use a saw or grinder. It's good. Go for that machine to bend that bar, especially on the T32, for example, or T40 diameters. Very big bar. How you want to bend with the kuku kambing? Unless there is a T10 or T12, okay. But if the biggest one, the bigger bar, then you need to know how to cut. You need to use that machinery. Some to fix the reinforcement, let's say like a column, you need a crane to hang that reinforcement. Or if there is a bar, I give you an example of the bar, right? They have a lot, and they have a formwork, okay. They have a waterproofing and so on, and termite. Okay. So I give just the example. So with that type or that punya criteria, iaitu manpower, machinery and the material, you need a proper management. You know why? You need to know when actually the material should arrive at the site. Example, the bar. Okay, because bar you cannot order today, tomorrow they come to the site. They can deliver. No, at least they need 3 weeks or 1 month to deliver to your site. So you need a proper management. You need to know when actually the bar should be arrived. The material is very important. Dia tak boleh datang terlalu awal. If their material come too early, that time you want to use that material, you want to ambil material tu, you want to pakai that material, masa tu material tu dah rosak. Nampak? Too early pun kita tak nak. Somebody damage, somebody dah lalu dah langgar dia benda tu, kemik, bengkok dan sebagainya. Dan kita tak nak terlalu lewat. Too late. Okay, I want to do my work by today, but the material come by tomorrow. What happened? The project we delay. Then we stop the work because no material. See, this is only for the material. What happened is for the machinery. Maybe case you want to transfer the materials from one area to another area, to A from A to B, for example. You cannot bring 5 or 10 workers hold all that materials along a way. No, you need to use a machinery case, for example, or like a crane, for example. You need a proper manage that cranes. You know, some of the site, they are not always should be have a crane. Let's say the housing scheme, do a terrace house, or the single story or a double story. So they are not necessary the full-time crane. They are need the crane at least for concreting, at least for hoist the material. For example, the roof truss, okay, during the concreting the column and so on. So you need to manage that crane. These are we call it as a management. How you manage all these three to make sure they are in order, they are successful. Boleh? These are give you example. Barat ada banyak benda yang you nak kena consider. Dia ada risk management, dia ada a lot of things when you talk about management. But I give you the example, the reality. Kat situ you fikirlah, dalam 3 benda yang main things yang I mention tadi tu, you rasa perlukan management tak? Perlu kan? Ada orang, you have the manpower, you have a machine, but you don't have a material. You cannot do that. You cannot do anything. You have a machine, you have a material, but you don't have a workers. You also cannot do anything. Nampak tak? Dia akan breakdown kat situ. Okay? Creativity, you know, all the activities or all the work done at the site as per plan, as per BQ, and as per spec. But how the way contractors do their work at the site, normally based on their creativity, because their creativity is very important, because they are the way how they are tackles that works to make it successful, okay, complete on time within the budget. These are very important, especially the contractor need to know. You know why? To get the projects, contractor need to bid. They have a tender process, especially on the open tender. They have a one job, one project, but 50 to 100 contractors apply for that job. So how they want to challenge, how they want to make sure they are the contractor right to get that project. So all that contractor are the same experience, they have an experience. All the contractor knows how to build the buildings, but the creativities is the things to make it different from each other, the contractors. Boleh insyaAllah. And then critical thinking also is very good, because you know when the design based on the plan paper, you can rotate whatever you do it, but work at the site, there should be as per site conditions. Maybe underground you have a boulders, when you want to lay your pipelines, whether you want to excavate the boulders or you want to blast the boulders, very economical if you can do a realignment the pipes. These are how the critical thinking is important. Okay, and then decision making is very important. Okay, you kena very strong in decision making, iaitu jangan jadi lalang. Tak apalah our friend yang friend student nanti dia buka kamus lah jangan jadi lalang in terms of the decision making. You kena betul-betul very firm with your technical background. Okay, today you say A, make sure tomorrow also A, and the next day also A. Jangan hari ni cakap A, besok cakap B, lusa cakap C. Okay, and then problem solving, there is your punya attitude lah, your punya orang kata memang you punya makanan asasi lah, problem solving, because the name of the engineer itself, engineer adalah dari bahasa Latin. Kalau you translatekan, dia biar problem solving. Engineer are problem solving. That's why if anything happen or anything problems at the site, everybody will find out the engineers. Okay, apa masalah di tapak, orang akan cari engineer. Orang takkan cari bangla. Ni nak buat macam mana ni? Tak sabar cari bangla tu. Oh tak apa, cari carpenter tu. No, they'll be back with you as engineer. Okay, team player, all the members make sure all the members are participate. No passenger and no sleeping partners. That's why recorded the numbers of the workmanships are very important. Kita tak nak ramainya pekerja, bukan ramai yang buat kerja, ramai yang jadi mando daripada buat kerja. So our student kena tanya friend dia lah how to translate that. And then resolution, you tahu memang at the site kita ada supervisor, we have a project engineers, we have the consultant, we have a cloudworks, we have a RE, so resolution for the monitoring at the site. Okay, clear I rasa you faham kot. I dah cuba kupas satu-satu supaya you tahu. I nak these are not only part because there is a Society of Engineers syllabus. I nak you take this for your in future become as a civil engineer. Okay. So and then in terms of the integrity, you know, the integrity is very important, especially on the contractors. Okay, they are more in dollar and cent because some of the contractor because syarat because the requirement to become a contractor is not say that you should be as a civil engineer. No, maybe you are marketing or you are doctor or you are lawyer also, you become as a contractors. You just register to the SSM, register to the companies, and then register to the CIDB. Because they are not a purposely requirement, oh, you not the engineers, you cannot become a contractor. No. Oh, you know, don't have any background for the engineering, you cannot become a contractor. Nobody monitoring that. That's why the contractors, they have a lot of the type of the contractors. That's why some I call they be a contractor or contactor. You know, when I'm working in consultant before this, I'm as a RE, or that time in client, I'm as a manager for the project. If go for the project meetings, monthly meetings, so depend. If there be a contractors, okay, fine. The project engineers, the directors, okay, can sit together with us. But if there are contactors, so all the subcon to be attend. You know why? Because even though they are the project engineers, even though they are the client, they are the head of the contractors, the owner of the contractor, the of the contractors, but they are not a background with the engineering. So they are very fussy lah, one to two. Bila kita komen aja brickwork, they call the subcontractor brickwork. Oh, client complain on ini. When we complain about the plastering, they call the subcontractor plastering. When we complain about the concreting, they call the concreting punya subcontractors. When we complain about the formwork, they have a lot of honeycomb, they are bulging or so on. So the contractor, subcon formwork carpenter. So their duty their contact or their contact. That's why I call that as a contactor. That be difficult to us lah. So kalau orang kata technical meeting tu memang penuh lah mini meeting tu. Saya nak all the subcontractor tu kena ada. Tidak penat lah. Kita cakap dia call sana, dia call sini and so on. Okay, clear Okay, Jalus, you tahu Jalus ni macam bersemangat lah You have a very passion lah dengan benda tu. Memang bukan kata you as a civil engineer ni kerana dipaksa. Kerana rela paksa. Kita tak nak macam tu lah. Kita nak you enjoy. Saya cakap kita motivate motivate tu mesti motivate. You jangan lemah semangat. Yang paling important you kena ingat satu je. Whatever you do, itulah you punya saham akhirat. Let's say you are working with a consultant, you are the one design the road, alignment the road. So selagi orang lalu jalan tu, itulah pahala untuk you. Even though you tak ada kat dunia ni pun, the pahala still you get it. If you are the contractor, you are the one yang do the excavation, do the site clearing, okay, do the laying of the premix, okay. So selagi orang lalu, you still get the pahala behalf on that road. Dia tak nak ke? You kena ingat tu je. You motivate you punya self macam tu. Whatever you done, not for today. The whole life of you, even though life in dunia or in akhirat, these are very important. Okay? Then responsible, memang kita nak lah. Whatever you say, whatever you done, whatever your decision should be a responsibility. Kita tak nak you jadi bangau-bangau. You know bangau-bangau? You bila ada anything problem, you start tunjuk, oh dia lah punca ni, oh dia lah sebab ni, oh tak, pasal dia macam ni lah aku jadi punya. It's a bangau-bangau, you know. When they say, you know, bangau-bangau, for example, dia kata mengapa nasi tak masak, dia kata because kayu basah. Tak salahkan kayu basah. Mengapa kayu basah? Kayu pula akan salah kerana hujan jumpa dia. So kita ni hujan-hujan, mengapa kau turun? Dia kata pula, katak pula panggil aku. This we call as a bangau-bangau. So don't make it that. You be a responsibility. Whatever you say, whatever your decision should become memang really with yours. Bukan ada benda muslihat, ada sebaliknya, so on. Okay. Optimistic, sama juga, optimis. Okay. Benda tu dah step forward saya terangkan. Rational, this is very important lah. Rational tak ada benda-benda yang orang kata in your heart you sakit hati dengan dia, you macam cemburu dengan dia, so dia make it ganggu your decision, ganggu your punya instruction and so on. You kena very rational, okay, dengan hati yang terbuka lah, senang cerita, open heart, okay, confidence, okay, you kena confident, jangan teragak-agak, okay, tapi jangan overconfidence. These are very important. Okay, orang tanya you macam mana nak buat benda ni. You dah ada experience, overconfident. Dia suruh je, you tak tengok pun drawing. Benda tu kita tak nak. You are overconfident. Tapi you need to confident, you based on the drawing, based your experience, based apa yang you tengok kat site. Okay, you confident, okay, these are the decision yang you kena make it, dia benda yang you kena buat. Okay, fine. But don't overconfident. Benda ni senang, I tahu saya nak buat. Don't worry. Orang nak ambil plan, nak show you. Tak apa. Saya faham. Okay, ni you buat sini. Bila orang dah buat, dealing dengan cost, dealing dengan machinery and so on, tiba-tiba drawing kata, for ada punya part, ada way. Katakanlah you buat left hand side, rupanya kena right hand side. Siapa nak bayar? Itu yang kita ni And then reliable, okay, reliable tahu benda tu. Okay, memang boleh dipercayai reliable. And then adaptable, boleh diterima pakai. Okay, and then cam benda tu. Okay, boleh. Tenang lah maksudnya clam ni, tenang Okay, ada apa-apa nak tanya? Any question regarding this characteristic of the good civil engineer? Ada kupas dah satu dah. Macam mana that every criteria tu. Saya harap you know. You can behave yourself. Okay, any idea or any question?
So far okay, Doctor.
So far okay, Alhamdulillah. Because these are the human ini yang kita panggil the ethic lah. Kan. Okay, and then the next. Okay, these are the video. Okay, I rasa video ni boleh tak my suggestion, you can watch with your own, boleh tak?
Boleh Doktor.
Video ni nak.
Sure, Doktor.
Video ni. I rasa kita tak payah tengok sama. You watch with your Apple punya timeline. Okay. So I skip lah the video ni. InsyaAllah nanti I bagi dalam satu platform yang lain Video ni you tonton lah with yourself lah. Kita tak payahlah nak buang masa untuk that video tu. You tengok. Okay, we terus jump this with the theoretical spectrum. Okay, you know, okay, they have a team members macam cakap dekat site or we call it in the construction we have stakeholders Kalau you tengok kat sini, dia team members tu dia ada engineer, scientific, engineering technologies, technician, people and so on. So benda-benda ni masing-masing ada dia punya expertise dia, dia punya kriteria dia. Cuma dia bergabung lah. We need bergabung. Dia tak boleh stand alone lah. Macam saya cakap tadi macam even though we are the engineers, kita bergabung lah with the civil, mechanical, electrical baru benda tu. Macam saya bagi contoh kat you macam handphone dah cerita dengan you kita bergabung lah. Because the components inside the phone contribute by electrical engineers, okay, the casing, okay, the frame, the glass and so on, come with the mechanical part, the injection molding and so on. But the material itself, either they are rubber, they are fiber or whatever, they are come with the chemical engineers. There are knows berapa persen the raw material nak kena buat supaya dia tahan, weathering and so on. Okay. And then lastly, civil engineers, the factory. Okay. Factory, so dia punya structures, dia punya infrastructure and so on. Tidak semua buat dalam gua. Okay, these are the technology spectrum. You know, there be a scientist and there be a engineering technologist. So these are the two things yang boleh dikatakan is a difference, but they are give the same contribution. Kalau you tengok contoh macam saintis dia kata apa, engage with the scientific research activity, they are produce information in the form of the report publication. These are technologies. They are go for current design practice, they are go for the conceptual skill, theoretical knowledge and so on. Okay, they are typical domain of the engineers. Okay, begitu juga kalau you tengok the scientist said, they are more in the publication and so on. The scientist actually they more in the publication papers and so on. How to establish that? But in the technologies, they are go for the more in the end products. How with the manufacturing planning, how with the supervision, how to be a technical sales and so on. Okay, clear? Begitu juga kalau you tengok the term that said that generally not process for the knowledge, mathematics, science. These are the technicians, the technicians. See the technicians? They are generally are not a process for the knowledge, mathematics and so on. They are more in the application, the technicians. They give they are more in the encourage the design, okay. More in practicality lah, we'll call it technician ni. Okay. And then craft people, okay. Either craftsmen or craftswomen they are invisible members for the technical teams in terms of the physical, engineering design and so on. Dia lebih kepada macam we call the assistant engineers senang cakap lah. Dia banyak benda-benda yang menyempurnakan lah bagi kerja-kerja yang dibuat oleh engineers. yang arahkan untuk dia buat macam kerja-kerja drafting macam tu. Boleh InsyaAllah. So kalau dia tengok engineering in society, you nampak tak? Kita ada scientific knowledge, kita ada social need, kat tengah-tengah tu adalah engineering. Kalau you tengok circle ni, boleh ingat lagi tak dalam mathematics yang kita kata himpunan kan, tindanan kan. So in a word, when you see engineering in the middle of this scientific knowledge and the social need, so we serve both. Kat situ yang menunjukkan bahawa dia boleh duduk di alam ni dan boleh duduk di alam ni. Okay. Sebab itu kalau dia tengok dia give both punya contribution untuk scientific knowledge. They are more in the code of practice, the way how they design, the way or how they develop the formulas and so on. Tapi but for the social need, they are more in the what are their contribution. They build up the road, they build up the water recirculations, they build up the systems, the housing, the residential and so on. These are more in the how they contribute for the social punya human punya ni punya needs. Boleh clear tak? Dia faham tak benda ni?
Clear.
Okay, so makna dia dengan society ni lah, dengan persatuan ni lah dia boleh menggabungkan beberapa kriteria ni menjadikan satu tim yang kukuh lah, yang boleh menyebabkan sesuatu benda tu dilaksanakan, satu matlamat tercapai. Boleh Nanti you read with your own Okay, ini sama juga This ada video. So macam saya janjikan, insyaAllah saya akan put this video in the author ke, insyaAllah. Dia boleh tonton bila you rasa free sampai minum kopi, you rasa bosan ke apa ke, bolehlah menonton benda ni Dia lebih kepada implement back apa yang kita cerita tadi lah dilakonkan supaya benda tu lebih nampak, lebih mantap lagi. Okay, now we go for directly as per engineering and society. So macam saya dah cakap tadi, bila kita dealing with the society, we dealing with the group, okay, bila society, they are not stand with the civil engineering alone they have a electrical, mechanical, chemical these are we call as a engineering engineers. So we are committed, okay, to adopt all the, for example, as a civil for all the infrastructure. So yang kat situ kita akan developkan the road, the railway, the bridges, the water network, the flood defense and so on. Kat situ how kita can build. Dan we are the one with the entertain for the population punya growth, for climate change, for the natural disaster, benda-benda tu. That's why kalau you tengok, let's say they have a disaster regarding the flood, for example. So we as a civil engineers take part to solve that problem. Okay, in terms of the design, in terms of the monitoring, to see and to check back the fault or the failure of the drainage system, for example, menyebabkan tercetusnya flooded benda tu. These are the things, boleh And then some of the cases and so on. This is why the engineering in the society need for our social responsibility. Okay, boleh Dia bukan saja macam tu, dia tengok word bold tu, dia kata apa? It's not just a job but a social responsibility. Macam saya cakap tadi lah. Okay, bukan saja you are acting as a civil discipline purposely to make it you as an engineer, but indirectly you are served to the public. You are saved to the public. You are helped to the public. You are give a very good condition for the human. Sebab saya cakap, civil engineer ni adalah kerja mulia. Tapi jangan disalah tafsirkan. Maksudnya jangan salah perlakukan yang menyebabkan banyak corruption and so on. Ada dia mesti ada pro and con dalam life ni, dia should have a pro and con. Cuma the pro tu lebih lah daripada con. Cuma kalau you tak ada beretika tu dia akan jadi con tadi tu lah. Okay. So these are the, you see, in terms of the society for below you're not following for the social need. Okay. First they go for the connect. Connect means how they are detached to one part to another part. Contoh, let's say highway. Highway is a we call a connect. Kerana dia menghubungkan satu pekan ke satu pekan, satu daerah ke satu daerah, satu state to another state. So highway lah, highway or railway transport or bridges. Tidak, you can, if you don't have a bridges, so they are cut off. These areas become two different areas. Yang mana you tak boleh communicate pun because dia tak connected. So to make it connected, there are bridge, pedestrian facilities, tunnel, airport, port, harbour, channel. Boleh senang ingat. If you connect, ingat satu je. How nak menghubungkan, how nak accesskan, delegatekan benda tu. Boleh When go for the supply, they are more in the how you contribute. Supply the electrical, supply the water. So you know everybody need electricity. Everybody probably need water for drink, for wash, for shower and so on. So water is very important. So we supply that. The drainage system, the irrigations, okay, a lot of things. Supply. They are more in the, we contribute this. Okay, and then we need to protect. These are very important because we all know all that that problem. So there should be have a prevention. Make sure there be happen and happen again. So we do for protection, flood mitigation, coastal protection, slope stabilization. Because we want to protect, to make sure when the raining happen, no flooded. Okay, when the heavy rain, okay, no erosion at the slope, no real erosion, not gully erosion. Okay, so the slope should be a stabilization, stable. Okay, these are we see that we call that as a protection. That's why you nampak lah the retaining wall, either there be a gabion ke dia be a chip pile ke, or there be a RC wall ke, whatever lah. That is a part of the protection. Okay, clear And then these are the video we skip. Video also we skip, no need to watch. Okay, this assignment by right before this, we go for the assignment. But since you already have your assignment based on the professional talk, so no more the assignments. Okay, these are just firstly if you have a ample time, you have a time, you can answer with yourself lah. To make it, you are very, very firm lah. Okay. So based on that, our chapter 1 completed. Finish for the chapter 1. Do you have any questions for the chapter 1? So in this, in the schedule, by right, we need to cover chapter 2 with the week 3 and week 4, is it? Now these are week 3, is it? So we still not kata delay masih lagi tak tercicir lah. So any question regarding the chapter 1?
No, sir. Everything is
No.
clear.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So how about for our foreign students? You still can follow?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. So we still have a little bit time. You want to proceed with the chapter 2 or you want to end our session by today next week we start with the chapter 2. Because chapter 2 very fast. Because chapter 2, we are more in the whatever as per the professional talk lah. They are more in the, we call that is in the ethic and with the professional criteria. They are dealing with the board, board with the IEM, BEM and so on. So any suggestions?
Can we continue next week?
Okay,
Doctor?
can, no problem. We
Ah,
continue for the
thank you,
next
Doctor.
week for our chapter 2. So now we go for attendance. Sekejap, we go for attendance. Next week kita try juga habiskan the chapter 2 on the 2 hour lah. Boleh sekejap je. Dia pun dah faham kot. InsyaAllah. Sekejap I masuk I masuk TCRS.